So a very good morning from the Alton Towers Resort, where I'm here today to get the latest updates all to do with Nemesis. Now, as you all probably know by now, Nemesis is being retracked, ready to open here at the resort in 2024. And over the past few days, Alton Towers has been really good at updating guests and updating enthusiasts on what's happening with the ride. And currently, as you can see just behind me there, the track and supports for Nemesis has actually arrived on the Alton Towers car park. But not only that, Alton Towers has already installed some of the supports and track on the final turn of the ride. So in this vlog, I'm going to be covering all the latest news regarding Nemesis and taking a look at the site over in Forbidden Valley. And also, they actually opened this Wednesday the viewing platform from the Subterra area, so we'll go and check that out a little bit later on in the vlog. But before all of that, let's actually take a look at the wagons and the trucks that the Nemesis track arrived on. And I say arrived on, it's actually mostly already been moved to the Nemesis site. There's only about one piece of track on that lorry over there and a few supports actually remaining on the ride. It's crazy the rate of progress that this project's taken on, and it's really great to see. So with all that said, join me here from Alton Towers for the latest Nemesis updates. So starting this update off then here in the main Alton Towers car park, which I must say has been really nicely repainted for the 2023 season, sort of justifies the £1 increase fee. It's now £7, it used to be £6. But you know, getting back onto Nemesis, here you can see the flatbed that the two supports here have arrived on. I don't know where these supports will be in the actual ride course and layout. However, we can get a good view here of the actual colour. It's sort of like a black sort of shiny colour there, which I think looks really nice. And as we'll see later on in the vlog, the track has also been painted black, with sort of red veins and detailing on the side, but we'll take a closer look at that a little bit later on when we get on the main site. And literally here from the car park, Forbidden Valley is just over there, and here you've got the Galactic queue just there as well. But yeah, those are the two supports for the ride just there on the flatbed, and over here is the main attraction itself. It's actually a part of the track for Nemesis. Talking of where this actually goes in the ride course and layout, I'm not too sure, but it does look like the sort of corkscrew that goes over the station potentially. I'm not too sure. It's hard to make out when it's all just in little pieces like this, but don't you think it just looks huge? Like when you're actually looking up at a ride, the track doesn't look big. However, when it's laying here on a flatbed or on the ground, as we saw when they actually took out the old track for the ride, they are huge pieces of fabricated metal. As you can see there just on the side of that tape as well, it says USA. This track was manufactured in Ohio. Manufactured, of course, fabricated in Ohio, and manufactured by B&M. Of course, you've got the classic box style sort of track there as well. This is the only track piece that still remains in this car park, which just shows the rate of progress this project is taking on. There you've got some more supports for the ride as well, just there. Yeah, so all together here in the car park currently at the time of recording, you've got 4 of the supports and 1 piece for the track. So it just shows Alton Towers aren't messing about with this. They're getting it straight in. As soon as the track arrives, they've already installed it. Literally, it arrived here a couple of days ago, and then in the morning the next day, they've installed half of the pieces that arrived here on the car park. And just over there as well, you've got the empty ones, which you can see have been taken into Forbidden Valley, which we'll see a little bit later on. But with all that said, let's head over to the other side of the car park and take a closer look at the actual lorry cab itself, because it's got some nice little detailings on there. Just at the front of the car park then, of course, just by the path that you walk up and head to the main entrance of Alton Towers, you've got this nice Steve Foster crane van just here. Call him, he'll do any type of crane work for you. Of course, this is the company that are providing all of the cranes for the Nemesis retracking progress. And just here as well, you get a nice view of that Phalanx cab that brought on all of the supports and track into the Alton Towers car park. I was about to say Nemesis car park then. Imagine that, a Nemesis themed car park. But yeah, you can see the Phalanx. I mean, the marketing for this project has been fantastic. It sort of went quiet at the start of the year, and then all of a sudden there's been this sudden peak where Alton Towers just keep distributing these videos and just keep promoting it really on social media, which is great to see. Nemesis deserves this hype. I mean, it's been at the resort for, you know, I think over 27 years now. It's one of the most iconic rides in the UK, and it's great to see this work being done to it. But yeah, the Phalanx branding, of course, the company that are researching Nemesis at the minute to see what's really going on with it. And you can see there on the side of the door, the Phalanx logo as well. We're going to take a side-on view of this cab as well, over towards the path that you walk on just there. But yeah, I think the marketing has been fantastic. And a few days ago, they had all of these Mercedes cabs lined up just here. Looks like they've actually left the resort, maybe to pick up some more track. You never know. But I assume in the next few days, they'll get those offloaded, and then these can all leave the resort and go and pick up some more track and supports. You never know. But anyway, let's head over to this park, head over on this path, sorry, and get a side-on look at this lorry. And then we'll actually head into Forbidden Valley to get some views of the actual construction site. So you can see just by this path here, you get a side-on look at these lorries and the track and everything. They've actually gated all this area off as well with this temporary fencing, so you can't get any closer than this. But I can zoom in here and you can see all the Phalanx logos on the side of the truck, and also the track there. Well, one of the track pieces for Nemesis. And the few of the supports remaining just there as well. I assume these are ready to be offloaded, to be honest. But yeah, you can get into Forbidden Valley just there by the hotel entrance, or walk all the way around to the main entrance if you're not a hotel user. I've just had a few people walking past with Nemesis jumpers saying #SeekTheTruth. I love that. See, all this marketing by Alton Towers getting everyone hyped. It's great to see. But with all that said, let's head round and head into the main resort and get into Forbidden Valley to see the actual construction of Nemesis and the new track that's just been constructed and put into place here at the resort. Here's a look then at the huge Steve Foster crane just here by the walkway of Nemesis, on top, sort of overlooking the valley that Nemesis is in. And from here as well, you can sort of see through the trees the lift hill that still remains in place, because that will be one of the areas of the track that remains. I assume it will be repainted. Of course, the new track colour that Nemesis will be, the black with the red veins on the side. But yeah, you can sort of see it through the trees there. We'll head round this corner and get a better look now. Here's a better view of the lift hill, and yeah, you can just see it abruptly ends there at the end. Imagine riding that and just falling off at the end there. But yeah, it still remains in place. I believe the chain for the lift is still on the ride as well, so I wonder if they'll change that. But yeah, it just literally abruptly ends there. No turn into the first inversion that used to be there. Just literally ends. That's the new Nemesis for you. So just inside the main park then, and of course you've got the Nemesis observation platform where you can head up and get some really good views of Nemesis. It only opened a few days ago. I think it was Wednesday that it opened. So yeah, let's head up there and get some awesome views of the construction site of Nemesis. Nemesis Subterra there to the side as well. I've got to mention it, honestly. So unfortunately, I can't actually film on the main Nemesis observation platform. I'm not too sure why, but I did take some photos on my phone. And to be honest, you don't get the most brilliant view up from there. I'm so glad I didn't have to pay for that. Because yeah, you don't really get the greatest of view. You can't see any of the new track or anything. However, when the new track is installed around the rest of the ride layout, you will get a good view. But for now, you can really just see the foundations, what we've been seeing for a few weeks now. So yeah, you can't really see any of the new track. However, I will talk about the new track now. It's black track with black supports. You can see here from the images, it's got a red vein along the side. However, I won't give too much away because I'll head round to Galactica in a few minutes and go and get some side-on views of what the track looks like today. But yeah, from the Nemesis observation platform, it's a good thing. It's good that they've done it, and it's great that it's free of charge. But at the minute, there's not really much to look at. It's really just Nemesis without the track. It's just really the floor. They're doing a lot of the foundation work at the minute. I mean, you get a good idea on just the scale of the crane up from there. I mean, Steve Foster's crane is huge, and that's the crane that they use to transport the track from the car park onto the actual construction site, and of course when it's installed into its places, and the final turn has actually been installed. And today they've been doing even more work, and they've actually installed some of the under tunnel bit as well, which is great to see. But yeah, the Nemesis observation platform, it's great that they've done it. You don't get many good views because the monorail track blocks it a bit as well. However, it's free of charge, and I definitely recommend heading up there if you have a bit of time when you come into Alton Towers. With all that said, let's head round to the main construction site and let's get some construction footage. I like how on the side of the viewing platform they've put the Phalanx logo on there. That's quite nice. Inside the actual viewing platform you've got like some sirens, as you can see, flashing just there, and also a TV screen that plays Phalanx branded videos, which is quite nice. But with all that said, let's head into the main attraction itself and see what's happening, a closer look at what's happening on the Nemesis construction site. So what they've actually done here is they've got rid of the construction walls that were here during the first few weeks of the season and essentially just pushed them back here. So this allows for just guests to walk up and down here like it would usually be when Nemesis was open. But with all that said, there's loads of different sort of peak holes around the construction walls, starting off with this one, which is the main entrance to Nemesis, or what was the main entrance to Nemesis last season. Let's have a little look. You can see there the entrance for Nemesis, where you used to head in. That's pretty much remained the same, to be honest. Actually, exactly the same. I don't think they've removed anything. Same with the queue line as well. That's all remained in place. What hasn't, though, is the track. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether they keep that same entrance. What I'd like to see them do, actually, is use the original track and make some sort of, like, memorabilia item from it. That'd be quite cool. Got loads of enthusiasts down here looking at the construction Nemesis. But yeah. Be interesting to see what they do. I would definitely like to see them use the original track in some way, shape or form. Maybe just outside the entrance or on the actual entrance itself would look quite cool. Right then, just by the Galactica lift hill here, and you can see some of the supports for the ride just laying there. We can't actually get a better view than this because of all the construction walls that are around. But yeah, you can see there's a construction wall there, but that's not the one that's really the problem. There's another construction wall just there which stops us from sort of getting any closer to the supports. But yeah, you can see the support beams there for the ride. Not only that as well, but you've got a piece of the track there as well, all wrapped up, ready to be installed. Not too sure where that track piece will go in the ride layout, but it's here and it's ready to be installed. These will be the next pieces, I assume, because as you saw earlier on in the video, there's still some on the lorries in the car park. So yeah, I assume they're just bringing it bit by bit and we'll slowly begin to put them up. You can hear the monorail going above me as well. Yeah, those are some supports and track for the ride just there. And if I zoom out, and you can see just over here already some of the new track that's been installed. If I stand on my tiptoes and then zoom in, there we go. There we go, look at that. Focus on the track. Yeah, look at that. I love this new track. I think it's just going to take some time to get used to, but I really do like it. They could have just put black track and black supports, but they haven't. They've got this red vein going across as well, which looks really nice. I really like the new track. And I think it gives a new lease of life to Nemesis. Look at it there. Very vibrant, the veins on it as well. This is the final turn of the ride before you head into the brake section just there. And yeah, they've actually done this whole corner, this whole turnaround part now. So I'll go over there and get a side view of what it looks like from the side. And they've even done some of the tunnel part as well. Shows how quickly they're getting this done. But yeah, there's a shot of the new track that's gone into place. It's really nice. So just heading round here to Galactica then, and you can see some more of the construction walls here for Nemesis under the investigation of the Phalanx. And yeah, the car park where the track is located is literally just through the hotel entrance. So as you saw earlier, I was filming out there by the car park. That's where all the lorries and trucks are with the new track. And you know me, I love these little holes. Let's have a little look through. And there we go. There is the new track for Nemesis. A side-on look at it. With the red veins there, the black track and the black supports. It looks very different. However, I do really like the style of track. And I've got to say, I think I prefer it to the original. You can sort of see the original on the brake run just there, because that's one of the parts that the park won't be changing. The brake run will still be staying all the same. You can see the black track and the red veins, which looks really nice. And actually, they've done this really quickly. I mean, today, well, a few days ago, they'd installed this last little turn, but over the past few hours, they've actually installed the part that goes under the tunnel towards before you head into the station, the last tunnel that you go under. They've installed that. I can't get a view of it, however, they have installed it as you get some really nice views of Nemesis up from Galactica, and you can actually see that they've installed round here. Don't think there's any more views you can get from up here, but yeah, they have installed it, and the rate of work that they're doing this is really quickly. It's really surprising actually, considering the track only arrived a couple of days ago and already they've installed really completely this last turn. It's great to see. Anyway, not really much more to see here, so we'll head back round to the front, see if we can get any more views of Nemesis scientific testing. I don't think there's physically any more places that I can put my camera, so on the screens now I'll put some pictures that Alton Towers took, some drone pictures of the track progress, and you can see there that they've actually done that whole turn of the final turn of the ride. I mean, it's crazy how quick this project is taking on. I mean, it was only a few days ago that the track actually arrived and they're already fitting it in. It's just behind this construction wall where the final turn is. You sort of come through that tunnel there and then turn around and head into the brake run. Of course, the brake run is all the same. So around that corner, you can actually see where the new track meets the old track. It looks really weird because you've got the old colour scheme and the new colour scheme, which looks quite odd. But I'm sure they'll paint that all up to match the new track as well. But I think that's pretty much it from the construction of Nemesis. So I'll head back round to the front of Forbidden Valley and pretty much wrap up this construction update here from Nemesis. You can see there on the floor some of the new bolts that will be used on Nemesis. That's really geeky, but I know a lot of you will like this sort of stuff. So there you go, the bolts that will be used on Nemesis, ready for 2024. Some of you will like this. So yeah, just from the other side of the Galactica lift hill, you can sort of see where the new track meets the old track, just there. You can't see the actual transition because unfortunately, Galactica's mucky lift hill is blocking it, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, you can see there the new track. Doesn't that look awesome, the red vein going across? There's been a lot of sort of controversy. Some people saying they like it, some people saying they don't like it. I'm one of those that really likes it. I think it brings a new lease of life, as I said earlier. And of course, because they're doing this retracking progress, Nemesis will be here to last for so many generations to enjoy. It's great to see. Here's a look then at the old exit for Nemesis. And yeah, the ramp there has been completely removed. And actually, it's been confirmed by Alton Towers that you'll have to actually jump to get out of Nemesis. So from that little platform there where you exit, you'll have to jump to over here. That has officially been confirmed by the resort, of course. But yeah, it's been completely removed, I assume just for access reasons, so they can get under that to that bit there when they fit the track and supports. All the foundations, I believe, have actually been complete because the track is here and it's just round the corner. And I showed you a few pictures earlier, however, I will go around there towards Galactica and see what images and videos I can get for you. But yeah, I assume this station will be pretty much remaining the same. However, I think it will be getting a lot of aesthetic changes, maybe like a repaint and some enhancements to the inside as well. I'd like to see a nice refurbishment to the inside because it was looking all right before. However, if they've closed it, they might as well do something to the inside as well. Yeah, no Nemesis exit ramp. Interesting to see. And yeah, you can see the old brake run just there. And yeah, this is the construction wall on the outside. But you used to actually be able to walk around a few weeks ago when opening. This construction wasn't here essentially. You could just walk around and get a bit more closer. But since they started installing the track, they've installed this new construction wall just here as well. So we can't get any closer, unfortunately. So it's quite hard to do these updates. Here gives you a good view of what these foundations are looking like. Look how deep they go into the ground. Wow. It's like we're seeing Nemesis construction back in 1994 or 1993 sort of time when they were constructing Nemesis. But no, we're seeing it come back for 2024. But just look how deep those foundations are. Crazy. So there we go, those are all the latest construction updates down here from Alton Towers regarding Nemesis. Track has arrived on the car park and also track has been installed on the final turn of the ride. It's fantastic to see how quick this project is going on and I can't wait to ride Nemesis when it reopens to the public in 2024. It's got those new colours on the track. Let me know your thoughts and opinion to that. Of course, it's now black track with red veins along the side rather than the old white and black grey sort of colour scheme on the supports, weren't it? And the white track on there. Let me know your thoughts. Do you prefer the old track or do you prefer the new track? In my opinion, I love the new track. I think it gives it a new lease of life, as I said earlier, and it preserves the ride really for future generations to enjoy. Of course, the observation platform is now open as well, totally free of charge to go up there and take a look at the Nemesis construction site. I'm so glad that was free. I was getting a little bit worried that they were going to start charging for that. So yeah, thank God that's free because I would not pay to go and look over Nemesis, where I can probably get better views over towards Galactica, to be honest, of that new track. But with all that said, if you did enjoy the video, I've now made a dedicated Nemesis playlist. So if you like this video, go and check out the rest of the Nemesis updates because I'm pretty sure you'll like them. And also, I was the last ever rider to ride the original Nemesis, so go and check out those videos if you haven't on the channel already. Next up, there'll be a vlog from Festival of Thrills here from Alton Towers and a general park update coming to the channel in the next few days. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Nemesis, it returns in 2024. Sit back, it's fright time. See you in the next video.